Hello everyone, welcome to Yoga Upload. I'm Maris Aylward. Today's video is a highly requested tutorial on Chaturanga Dandasana, or low plank. Today we'll learn how to do the pose properly, minimize injuries, and if you're really not ready for the full Chaturanga, how do you prepare the body? How do you get stronger? That's all coming up next. This is part 3 of our Vinyasa Essentials Tutorial Series. The first two videos were on downward facing dog and plank. So if you haven't seen those, I will link that in the description box below if you're not seeing it on your screen right now. It's important to watch those videos first because we build on the knowledge that we learn in those poses and integrate them in what we're doing today. So just right off the bat, the first thing you need to know about Chaturanga Dandasana is it's very challenging, both for beginners and intermediate students. So in a perfect world, what's the basic shape? What are we going for here? Start in your high plank. Maintain the integrity of your plank pose as you lower down to your Chaturanga Dandasana. Pause halfway at the point where the elbows are at about 90 degrees or very close to that. So the elbows are stacked directly over your wrists and your shoulders are about level with your elbows. The neck is long, the whole body is working. As with most yoga poses, it looks simple enough, but really it's a lot more work than we think it is. So what do I actually see in my yoga classes? What are the things that people struggle with? So people start in their plank, and maybe the plank isn't optimal. It might be a little weak, the hips are sagging, and so when they lower down, they reach a point where they need to wing the elbows out like this. Maybe the hips drop a lot, lower back is arching, not good. Some people also go all the way down and then their chest is dropping first, the hips are way up. And look at this, the elbows are way higher than the shoulders. Again, we don't want that. All of these are misalignments that can add up over time and they may lead to injury or just discomfort and pain in your shoulders, your elbows, and your wrists. So we're not just trying to go for an ideal shape because that's how visually it should be. It's really for our safety and for us to get stronger and just more effective in our yoga practice. So what should we do? What I recommend is the knee down push-ups or the knee down plank. So it's like a tricep push-up. And one of my favorite teachers, Sadie Nardini, she calls it the diagonal chaturanga. And this is very, very good. You can start practicing this and build up to your full chaturanga. So start here on all fours. Now in your down dog and plank tutorials that we've done earlier, I talk about hasta bandha, how you're supposed to place the hands. We also talk about the action of the shoulder blades, the shoulders, and the elbows. So we'll integrate all of that here. I won't repeat it here anymore. In your diagonal chaturanga or your knee down push-ups, I'll have you lean forward a little bit so your hips are not directly over your knees. You want to create a nice long line from your tailbone to the crown of the head. Now, whole body is working again here. Point your tailbone down towards your knees so you pull your low belly in. The core is engaged here. Neck is long. All right, this is your starting position. It's your diagonal line. Now start with really tiny push-ups. You don't even have to go very low here. Inhale and exhale. Bend your elbows, lower down just a few inches and really focus on keeping that long line, pulling the low belly in and keeping your elbows close to your rib cage so you're not winging the elbows out. All right, do that a few times. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Inhale, pause. Exhale, push back up, using your entire body. All right, keep doing that, and then you might reach a point eventually. Let me move back here so I have some space. And so you might reach a point where you can lower down enough that the hips and the pubic bone will hit the floor first. All right? Now, hopefully the camera angle is showing that the elbows is stacked over the wrist. It's not behind your wrist like this. And I'm still maintaining that length. So I'm in cobra now. Press the hips and the pubic bone down and lift up into your cobra. Now what I need you to understand right now is the knee down push-up or the knee down plank. it's not taking the easy way out. It's not being lazy. It's actually very, very challenging. I sometimes feel that students in my class, they want to push themselves and they want to keep the knees up in the chaturangas even if they're not yet ready for it. And they don't want to do the knee down thinking that, they've failed or they're not doing what's being asked of them. And that's not true at all. Pause the ego right now and do what you need to do to get stronger, to be in proper alignment so you can stay safe in your yoga practice, all right? As you start to get stronger with more practice, then you can try building up to your full chaturanga. So inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, curl the tailbone, wave the body forward. This wave is so good at making you more aware and having a stronger plank, all right? You're in your plank. Now for the full chaturanga, you'll need to really shift forward here. You're almost on your tippy toes, so it requires a lot of strength. I'm working really hard right now. My quads are engaged, my low belly is pulled in. Exhale, lower down with control. And notice I won't let my shoulders go lower than the elbows. And untuck the toes, inhale, come up for your upward facing dog. I know it's a lot of work, but we'll do both versions, the knee down and the full chaturanga, one more time. I'll go through as many action points as I can just to make everything clear. I know I'm repeating a lot, but chaturanga is one of those poses that causes a lot of not just injury and discomfort, but a lot of confusion. So let's go through that again. You can try it with me here. Hasta Bandha, spread the fingers, lean forward. Slide the shoulder blades down your back and away from each other. Keep your neck long. Point your tailbone down towards your knees. You pull your low belly in. You will actually feel that. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lower down with control. Keep the elbows close to your body. Now the hips will touch down first. Untuck the toes. Inhale, come up for cobra. All right, we'll try the full chaturanga this time from the plank wave. Inhale, lift the heels up, you activate the arches. Exhale, curl the tailbone, draw the low belly in, ripple the spine forward to your plank. Nice, good plank here. Then lean forward just a tiny bit. You're almost on your tippy toes. Point the tailbone back towards the heels, pull the low belly in like you've been practicing. Exhale, lower down just halfway. Aim for that 90 degrees. Pause there, untuck the toes, inhale, come up for your upward facing dog. So even just doing that short tutorial, I felt like I got a really good workout. That's how I practice. That's how I teach it in my classes and in my videos. And I learned it this way from a lot of teachers that I've studied with. One of them is Sadie Nardini. I mentioned her earlier. I'll link her diagonal chaturanga video in the description box below if you want to check that out. And also in the last two tutorials, I've mentioned Jennilee toner, I'm out of breath. Jennilee toner's The Perfect Chaturanga, which is an amazing resource for both teachers and serious yoga students. So I really love this. Title should say it all. Perfect Chaturanga. Lots of great tips there as well. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope that was helpful to you in your Vinyasa practice. I'll see you next time. Namaste.